I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. We love you. You're very special. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. Go home and go home in peace. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. Today is not the end. It's just the beginning. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. We will never give up. We will never concede.
That is a man who 2 days ago preached the gospel of insurrection against the United States of America and against the United States Constitution that he actually swore an oath to uphold. Rudy Giuliani 2 days ago was talking about combat justice and how they needed to rush up to Capitol Hill and apply combat justice. Don Trump Jr. talked about the fact that they were coming after members of Congress. We're coming to get you, and it's going to be fun. Insurrection 2 days ago. Now, there are investigations into whether the sitting president of the United States was guilty of insurrection against the United States of America. They need to make sure they do the same with Rudy Giuliani and Don Trump Jr., because just looking at the face of the statute, they are guilty of being a part of a conspiracy to commit insurrection against the United States of America. And no puff piece, no script written by terrified staff who saw their world crumbling before them can change that fact. He, his son, and Rudy Giuliani are guilty of insurrection. They should be arrested. I said it yesterday. They should be booked, and they should be sent to jail. If we are a nation of laws, that's exactly what will happen.
And this was an insurrection, Willie, which left one woman dead and many others injured. This insurrection desecrated the United States Capitol, the People's House, and interrupted democracy in action.
Well, and now, Mika, a police officer is dead. A Capitol Hill police officer named Brian Sicknick was killed by the mob with a fire extinguisher. So the mobs that the president inspired with his rhetoric all along, and especially with his rhetoric that morning as he told them to go to the Capitol, that mob killed a Capitol police officer. Oh. So you had a woman shot inside the Capitol, just outside the chamber doors where the House and the Senate were sitting, where the vice president was, by the way. The president sent the mob up where his vice president was, and a police officer is now dead. Many others are injured. So that speech yesterday that was written and plugged into the teleprompter is empty. It means nothing. It's beyond too little. It's beyond too late.
So is that the mob justice? Is that the combat justice that Rudy Giuliani, former prosecutor himself, was talking about? He urged the crowd on to show combat justice, and a police officer is dead. One of the rioters is dead. That blood, of course, as both major newspapers in Missouri have said, that blood is not only on Donald Trump's hands and Rudy Giuliani's hands and the hands of Donald Trump Jr., it's also in the hands of Josh Hawley, Mika, who now, the man who started actually the legislative side of this, That man who refused to back down even after open insurrection against the United States of America, he is now being called on to resign from the United States Congress because of the crimes he has committed against America.
He also lost his book deal.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.